right, lovely. Thank you for joining me for a 75-minute yoga class. We're going to start with 3 rounds of sun salutes to warm up our body, and then we will hop into 26 into yoga, 26 postures into breathing exercises. If at any point in class something does not feel right for you, remember that you can modify a posture, you can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. Yoga can be challenging at times, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain, a point where we could cause harm to ourselves or others. For the sun salutes, you're going to come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. Take a moment with your arms down by your side. Feel your feet firmly rooted into the floor. Stand up nice and tall. Take an inhale through your nose and an exhale through your nose. Bring your hands to heart center and begin. As you inhale through your nose, look up towards the ceiling as if you're saluting or greeting the sun, even though it's raining really hard right now. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift, chest forward, shoulders back, spine straight. Exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, and step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in all the way and lower down halfway. Inhale, push up into a back bend. You can do up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor, or cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, push your hands into the floor, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees, take a child's pose instead, sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, slowly fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale through your nose, hands down. 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, biceps with ears fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, keep looking forward, hands to floor, step back into your plank or tabletop, and we'll hold here for a moment. If that lowering down motion does not work for you, skip it, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, lean forward, hug your elbows in, and pull yourself down to the floor, hover just above the floor. Inhale, come up into your back bend. You're doing up dog, thighs off the floor, chest up, shoulders back, out of the ears. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. If you're doing down dog, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles, the space between your index finger and thumb, as you lift your hips up so your body makes a V shape. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with ears, hands together, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Last one, a little faster. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels don't touch the floor, take a little bit of a wider stance. If you have tight knees or hamstrings, you can micro bend your knees to take pressure away from the backs of the legs. Otherwise, press your thighs back, press your heels down, push the floor away from you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Beautiful, that's our little warm up. We will now hop into 26 into yoga. Come to the middle of your mat with your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good. Inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up as you exhale. Open your mouth wide. like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, keep the weight in your heels, thighs contracted, glutes contracted, stomach in. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, lock your legs, pull your abdomen in, look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down so the lower body stays still like a statue, just the neck and arms move, look straight ahead. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, just your head drops back. Try not to like lean back, back bend, or stick your butt out. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So from the side, the spine is nice and long, shoulders down away from the ears, elbows all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, head up. Keep the back nice and long, just the neck, spine drops back, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath, push and squeeze. Inhale, head down, last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller, suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time, eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in, keep exhaling, elbows touch, change, arms down. Second set, feet together. Interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly push your head back, stretch your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. So it's a slow and continuous inhale against the back of the throat, creating a little bit of a snoring sound. Exhale, head up. But you're not using your vocal cords. It's just an HA sound as you push the air out. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, I'll do 2 with you. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in 1 more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down. We'll continue. Artichondrasana with Bodhisattva, half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together. Inhale your arms over your head, sideways, palms together. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, nice tight white knuckle grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears, stomach in. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day, and there's no rush, know where you have to be, nothing you have to prove to yourself or to anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through the nose. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little forward, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward to get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower, petal blooming, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle, hips forward, arms back, stomach in, big stretch up. Slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right, continue to breathe in and out through your nose. Mouth closed, eyes open, focus forward. If your eyes are wandering, your mind is wandering, let this be some time just for you. If at any point in class you find that your mind is wandering, just return to your breath, slow and steady in and out to your nose. And if you ever find that you can't breathe or you have to breathe through your mouth, might be a sign to do a little bit less. Bring it back to the basics, weight in the heels, hips forward, arms back, right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up, first back bend of the day. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears, try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back, bend your total spine backward bending, keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and bring arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change, inhale to come up, big stretch up, lengthen, and then exhale, fold, arms with yours, hands to floor, relax your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Bodhisattva, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing. Roll forward, hips up, knees back. Try to lock your legs. Change, come on up, chin away from the chest. Arms with the ears back flat as you lift. Arms down, and you stand a little taller. Second set, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, sideways, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Touch your biceps to your ears. Imagine you're zipping everything in and up. Pull the abdomen in, press the heels down, lift the index fingers up, stretch up, and slowly drop to the right. Press your hips to the left, looking forward the whole time. Chin away from your chest. Notice if the right elbow or right knee start to bend. Lock your right arm, lock your right leg, press biceps into ears, contract inner thighs, squeeze your glutes, push your hips a little to the left, stretch your upper body to the right, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, abdomen in, big stretch up, and slowly drop to the left without collapsing. Push your hips to the right, stretching right side body, toning left side body. Can you create a little bit more space between your left armpit and your left hip? Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back, push your right hip a little forward, two hips in line, left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, and push, and push. Change, inhale to come up, second heart opener. Keep your eyes open, relax your head back, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Whole spine back bending, whole front of the body stretching, super active arms and legs. If your knees or elbows are bending, come up a little bit, lock your legs, squeeze palms, push hands back, push hips forward, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, hands back a little bit more, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change, inhale to come up, stretch. Exhale, stomach in, fold. Hands to floor, drop your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. Second set, here we go. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers, pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Stomach in, eyes open. Bend your elbows back a little bit more. Try to touch elbows together behind you. Push the big toes down, spiral the inner thighs back, lift the hips up, keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing, roll forward, hips up, knees back, try to lock your legs. Good, change, come up with a flat back, hinge at your hips, knees can bend as you lift up, arms down, and you let that one go. Awkward Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet, perfectly parallel like 11s, arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers, fingers in line with your collarbones. Reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight, a little bit more weight back into your heels. Now lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change, come on up, keep your arms there. Push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide, come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up at the top, bend your knees, sit down and lean back. Touch your head and hips to an imaginary wall behind you. Notice if your knees want to come in or out. Keep your knees and big toes pointing forward, heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change and heel to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together, thighs together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body, stop whenever you want, or keep sitting down until there's a ½ inch gap between hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight. From the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up, squeeze your thighs together. Good. Heels down, right foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set, step your right foot to the right, same footprint, hip width distance, insides your feet parallel, arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, stick your butt out, sit back and down. So in the first part, you can move your hips back and fold your chest forward to get your thighs parallel to the floor, and then start to lean the upper body back. Remember that your arms are your counterbalance, so you're really reaching your arms forward, drop your shoulders down, chin up, chest up, change, come on up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward, flatten out the lower back, pull abdomen in, lift your heels as high as you can, stretch up and sit down. Lean back as you sit down, tuck your tailbone under so there's no curvature in the lower back, right? Heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, last part, still breathing. Squeeze your inner thighs together, press your knees together, keep your back long, lift your heels, sit down. Even as you sit down, think about stretching the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Stop when there's still a gap between your hips and your heels. So you're never like just sitting all the way down, right? The hips want to stay lifted, abdomen in, triceps tight, change, slowly come up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down, eagle pose, Garasana, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm, right elbow, under left elbow, cross first at the elbows. Again, if you can at the wrists, palms together, thumbs towards your face, pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, lift your chest, and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Right over left, cross twist, eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. Never you're forcing your body. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Let's do the left side. Swing your left arm under your right arm, left under right. Notice if your hands are going to the right of your face. Bring your hands to the left, drop the right shoulder down, even out your shoulders. Bend your knees, sit down. Try to keep your hips low, lift your chest, and bring your left leg over your right leg. Cross twist, breathe slow. In and out to your nose. On this side, knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. You want wrists, elbows, knees, ankles, all in one line. Notice if the weight is in your toes. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit a little lower, relax your jaw, seal your lips, pull elbows down, stomach in, upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, right into second set. Swing right arm, under left arm, pull elbows down, one day fingers below the nose, bend your knees, sit down, stay down there, lean back, and bring right leg over left leg, hamstring over quadricep. Cross twist, if your foot is wrapping, try to eliminate the gap between your right ankle and left calf muscle. Push your left hip a little forward, 2 hips in line, right shoulder forward, 2 shoulders in line, sit down more, elbows down more, weight back in the heel, upper body back. Change, feet together, arms over your head, last one, here we go. Left arm, under right arm, pull elbows down, sit down, lean back, and bring left leg over right leg, still breathing. Focus on the compression, push the top leg into the bottom leg, squeeze inner thighs, push palms together, pull elbows down, weight in the heel, sit a little lower, Breathe a little slower, upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, nice stretch up. Slowly exhale, arms down, shoulders down. Party time, you can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Okay. And gosh, if you are in Washington, D.C. right now, it is really raining. I always find it very interesting to practice yoga in different temperatures or climates. Like you might find that right now with like air pressure changing so much with the rain that it's a little harder to balance, or I don't know, sometimes in big rainstorms, I find it feels like very epic to practice yoga, like almost emotional. So just notice how things like a big heavy storm might affect your yoga practice. And that's part of the fun in it, right? Like the yoga stays the same so that all these other factors change and we still get to practice. So make sure you're having fun today, especially if you find yourself like me in the middle of a big rainstorm. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janushrasana, shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, pull your abdomen in, round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. If you don't want to pick up your foot, that's okay. You can just stand nice and lifted right here. This is actually a move that a lot of people do in physical therapy. So you get a lot of benefits as far as balance, strengthening the hip flexor, strengthening the core. If you have a grip on your foot and you know your standing leg is locked, no bend, no wobble, inhale, breathing, slowly, gently lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. Beautiful, no higher, no lower, standing leg lock. Take a breath. Kick your heel forward. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. Flex all 5 toes back towards your face. From the ankle, you're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an upside down L like Lewis, then start to bend your elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles one day. Elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Arms straight, then the right leg, right foot down. Shift your weight to your right leg, big toe points forward. Squeeze inner thigh, outer thigh, lift your kneecap, contract your side seat. So use gluteus minimus and maximus. Lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, pull abdomen in, option to stay here. Or as you're ready, round down and pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, even your thumbs included in the grip. Keep your right big toe on the floor the whole time. Think about suction cupping the arch of your foot up as you push the pad of your foot down. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up. So real kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up so your knee is over your ankle rather than your big toe. If both legs lock, you feel tremendous stretching, peeling on the backs of both legs. Lock your arms, pump up your chest, and then bend elbows down. Notice if the elbows are going out or the shoulders are tensing up. Bring the elbows in, roll the shoulders back and down, bring the chest down a little bit more. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Change, arms straight, then the left leg, left foot down. You can put your hands on your back, do a little back bend, or a knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, take a breath. Lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, option to stay here, or round down and pick up your right foot. You can stay here, but if you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble, inhale, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, puff up your chest, lengthen to your spine first, and then bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your exactly forehead on your knee, hold and breathe. Whenever you're ready, slowly come up, head up, arms straight, bend the right leg, right foot down. Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, lift your left leg up, toes back, stomach in, round down, pick up your foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. So we're stretching the back of the body, strengthening the front of the body. Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Face relaxed, stomach in. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck chin to chest. Put your forehead on your knee, hold and breathe, lock your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Whenever you're ready, slowly come out. Good for you. Standing bow pulling pose. Posture is so fun. Standing bow pulling pose. Dandayamana, Janushrasana, feet together. Bring your right hand up. Out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot, tap the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger, bring your left arm up and back with your ear, knees together to start. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, ooh, big thunder, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up. And as you're ready, slowly charge your body forward, simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. At first, just find a place where you can balance, breathe, and back bend, remembering that every day is different, and that's the gift of the yoga. When you're ready, slowly come down. Bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line, kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line, touch your chin to your shoulder blade scapula stretching away from the body. Kicking and stretching equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. So the shoulders already opening up. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle. Try to bring your knees together so your hips are in line. Bring your right arm up and back. So from the side, your fingertips start in line with your heel. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick into your hand. Simultaneously charge your body forward. Take your time. All 5 fingers together, thumb with index finger, palm of your right hand faces the floor. Get your right arm exactly parallel to the floor, no lower, no higher. Standing leg lock. Slide the right shoulder forward, relax the left shoulder back. Notice if your left hip is way higher than the right hip, and bring your left hip down a little bit to try to square off the hips. So it's really the shoulders opening. And this is also a spine twist, right? The shoulders are opening, but the hips stay in line. Slowly body down, big toe all the way up to the ceiling. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Kick yourself up, feet together, arms down, take a breath. Second set, little shorter, a little faster. Bring the right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot, left arm up, knees together. So you're already opening through your shoulder and chest where a lot of us carry tightness. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. So this posture is great for balance. The more you come down, the more cardiovascular it is, right? You're also really opening through the chest and shoulders as you back bend. Right hip down a little bit, left shoulder forward a little bit, touch your shoulder to your chin, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up, feet together, arms down, bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot, right arm up, knees together. So left hip a little forward to start. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. You're kicking in 2 directions. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. Kick all the way up to the ceiling. So you want to squeeze your left glute, point your left toes. Posture is great for strengthening your legs, great for toning your arms. Keep your tricep muscle tight, right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, body down, leg up, kick and kick and kick. Good, change. Whew. Kick yourself up. Okay, come to the back of your mat, Uttanasana. Balancing stick, feet together, arms overhead, sideways, palms together. So we're working out the shoulders here. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross them, strengthening the grip, lean back, step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch, and when you're ready, come down. Maybe just an inch or 2. Eventually, arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. So from the side, body makes a T like Tom, but not a broken umbrella. Nobody wants a broken umbrella today, right? Lock your legs, lock your arms, stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, pull abdomen in, lift your chest up. Step your left foot forward, lock both legs, stretch, and when you're ready, come down. So you're really using your arm and leg strength to stretch the spine here, whole spine stretching like a human tug of war, chest down, chin forward, leg up a little higher, point your right toes, stretch, change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set, arms overhead, sideways, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back. Step your right foot forward, lock both legs, stretch. And when you're ready, come down. So keep the left hip down, spiral inner left thigh up, pull the abdomen in, flatten out the back, touch your biceps to your ears, leg up a little higher, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back, lean back like there's a board strapped to your back. Shift your weight, step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, and when you're ready, come down. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. Look just beyond your eyebrows. Right hip down a little bit, right foot to the right, stretch and stretch and stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Enough of that. Come to the top of your mat. You can face the long side of your mat for the next 3 postures. I will face you. Standing, separate legs, stretching, Dandayamana, Bikattapada, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms overhead, big stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step. Arms down parallel to the floor, turn your toes in, heels out, block your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Looking forward, lovely. You can always start with your hands on the floor in front of you. You can also grab the outsides of your feet or eventually your heels from behind. Step on all 10 fingers, pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. For this smiling, happy face, it's kind of poetic. Keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing, stomach in. Roll forward, hips up, knees back, lock your legs. Change, come on up. Take your time. Step your right foot back to the place, arms up, and slowly arms down. If your forehead touched the floor in the first set, take a little bit of a smaller step so your spine can stretch. If your forehead was nowhere near the floor, take a little bit of a bigger step, or maybe just play around. Second set, arms up. Step your right foot to the right, big step. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and go down. Lead with your lower ribs, chin away from the chest, good. If you can, grab your heels and pull. There's not a lot of pulling motion in yoga, but pulling is a really important function to the human body. So if you have grip on your feet, pull. However, if it is hurting your back, right, you want to ease up. You're never forcing the spine. Eventually, you're going to roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, take a little bit of a bigger step and then pull, roll forward, lift your hips up. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, take a little bit of a bigger step and then pull, roll forward, hips up, knees back, find your edge, touch your head to the floor in between your feet, really stretching the backs of the legs. Spine change, come on up, chin away from the chest, very nice. Step your right foot back, arms up, and slowly arms down. Next is triangle, Triphanasma. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice generous step. You want your ankles under your wrists, so it's a wingspan step. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, maybe left toes in a little bit. Inhale, bend your right leg and lunge. Come bounce a couple times to warm up the hips and knees and then sit as low as you can. Lean back and move your arms at the same time. Eventually elbow in front of the knee. However, you don't want to collapse down. You also don't want to stay all the way lifted. Find a spot where you feel a nice 45-degree angle from your ankle to the crown of your head. Stomach in, press your heels into the floor. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, lift your left shoulder up, touch your shoulder to your chin. Push your left hip forward and down, push your right knee back with the help of your elbow, pull your abdomen in, now turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge, sit as low as you can. Open your chest to the front of your space. So notice if you're facing to the left, move your left shoulder forward, sit down, lean back and move your arms at the same time. Eventually elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingertips towards your big toe rather than your heel. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Look for your right thumb, make sure all 5 fingers together, thumb with your index finger, reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down, keep your right leg locked, bend your left knee to sit down a little bit lower, opening up the hips. Now turn, twist upper body back, open your chest, like a flower petal blooming, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, and slowly arms down. Second set, arms up. Step your right foot to the right, big step. Hips forward, lean back, stomach in. Turn your right foot out, left toes in. Inhale, bend your right leg, sit down. Lean back and move your arms at the same time. So this posture is using strength and flexibility at the same time. We're simultaneously strengthening the inner thighs and opening through the hips. We're simultaneously strengthening through our arms and obliques and opening through the chest and shoulders. Look up, stretch up, sit down more, chest up more, abdomen in, turn, twist, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, lunge, lean back, move arms, elbow in front of the knee, aim your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor, using the core strength to stay lifted. Look up, stretch up, reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down, push your right hip forward and down, push your left knee back, turn, twist, lock your right leg, keep your whole right foot, even the outside edge of your right foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up and arms down. Going inward, standing, separate leg head to knee, Dandayamana, Vikathapada, Janusharasana. Inhale, arms overhead sideways, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, a generous step, at least 3 feet. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room or the back of your mat. Turn your back left toes in, push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. You can turn your back toes in as much as you want to move the left hip forward. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly with control go down. Round your spine like a nautilus shell. Chin to chest, abdomen in. Bend your front leg if you need to. Touch your knee and head together. Front side compression. Throat choked, eyes open. Breathing normal. Stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your front foot. Right hip up a little bit, left hip forward a little bit. 2 hips in line. So this way, both sides of your back round equally without like twisting or crunching into one side of the body, right? You want to keep your 2 hips and shoulders in line so the back rounds evenly. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lift your kneecaps. Lock your legs. Walk your hands back together. Change. Slowly uncurl. Biceps with the ears. Chin away from your chest. Head up last. Very nice. Pick up your toes. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Uncross your heels. Turn your back toes in. Push your right hip forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line. 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes at least a 45-degree angle. I turn my toes in even more. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Chin to chest, stomach in, round your spine, touch your forehead to your knee. Now, if your forehead and knee aren't touching, right, you can take a bigger or smaller step. You can bend your front leg. You can turn your back toes in more, move the right hip forward more. You can really push your fingers into the floor, tuck your chin to your chest, and bring forehead and knee closer together. However, you are never forcing your body, right? It's a forward fold posture. It's also a rounded spine posture. And those are 2 motions that are ones to be careful of if you have like a history of slip discs or just an achy back today, right? So you're never forcing your spine to round. You can always ease up a little bit, and maybe in second set or next time you come to class, then try to touch the forehead and knee together. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, arms with ears, right hip forward, right shoulder forward, full stop at the top. When you're ready, pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, arms down. So yoga is an excellent teacher for both patience and determination. If we're too determined, we get hurt and then we can't practice at all, and then that's no fun, right? But if we're too patient, like not much happens. So it's, again, like a really good mechanism, a tool for like learning a little bit of patience with yourself, never forcing the body, but also a little bit of determination, always trying your hardest. Second set, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, other thumb on top. Step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels, turn back toes in, move left hip forward, right rib cage back, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Look towards your hips. And as you go down, notice if the left hip starts to open. You want to press the left hip forward the whole time. Back leg locked, back heel on the floor the whole time. But remember, front leg can bend, chin to chest, pull abdomen in. If your hands have separated, start to walk them back together. Maybe thumbs crossed, maybe hands together. Really pull your abdomen in. You're squeezing, compressing the front of the body, rounding, stretching the back of the body.
Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, arms with ears.
Head up, relax. Oh, that felt good. Pivot on your heels. You can face the front of your mat, uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, move your right hip forward. If your hands are coming apart, use your bicep strength, push palms together, stretch up, chin to chest, go down.
So when you touch your forehead to your knee, you round your whole upper body over half of your lower body. All of your vertebrae over one femur bone. True compression to the abdominal wall, true extension of the spine, no easy feet. Left hip up, right hip forward, two hips in line.
Ooh, I'm having that thing where like sweat is dripping into my nose, which used to happen a lot in hot yoga, not so much now. It's weird, the things that I'm nostalgic for, sweat dripping up into the nose burning.
What a delight. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, right hip forward, right shoulder forward, full stop at the top.
When you're ready, pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. My nose used to always burn in that posture in hot yoga. Okay, standing head to knee, Dandayamana Janushrasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand. Elbows down, spine straight, take a slow inhale to your nose. And a slow exhale to your nose. Change, right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, and lift your left leg up. Heel to costume, let your left knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together, and just remember that this side might feel different from the other side. So if your foot falls like mine does, right, you can hold on to your foot the whole time. Move your left hip forward, drop the left hip down, stretch the spine up, temporarily eliminating any curvature in the spine. Change, left leg down, toe stand, Padangustasana. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Don't move your eyes, don't even blink. Lock your left leg. Oops, I blinked. Lift your right leg up, touch your heel to your costume. Let your right knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together. And as you're ready, fold forward. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand up, palms together, spine straight, come a half inch off your heel. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or push your hands into the floor, lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward, lift from the lower ribs to come out just the way you went in. Change, right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, and lift your left leg up, heel to costume. Slowly, gently let your left knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together, look to the floor, fold forward. Hands to floor, lean forward, bend your knees, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Left hand, right hand, spine straight, come a half inch off your heel. Okay, whenever you're ready, hands to floor. Lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg. Press your hips forward to reverse out. Good, and change. Left leg down. Honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, foot to the back of your mat. We're on the floor for the rest of class. It looks like the skies are clearing in DC. Okay, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Bring your heels together. Let your toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. I love it when a thunderstorm like aligns perfectly with a yoga class. Okay. Some of my favorite moments in class have been like, and I know some of you have had these too, where like you come into class and like the sky gets really gray and you feel the storm building, even though it's not raining yet. And then it like cracks open and you can feel this like, I don't know, I can feel like a relief in my body, right? Like I think we are affected by seasonal transitions, by weather,
And not just in the sense of like seasonal affective disorder, but like truly in the sense of like feeling air pressure change and things like that. And I think sometimes yoga folks or people that are like perhaps on a quote unquote spiritual path feel that stuff more, not because of like who we are inherently, right? Or not even necessarily like because we practice yoga, but because we're more in tune with our body, right? There's people who are so out of touch with their body. If I were to be like, what are you doing right now? They would have no idea that they were fidgeting with their hands or scratching their head or whatever it is, right? So yoga helps us get in tune with our bodies a little bit more. And by extension, sometimes that means that we do feel, I think at least we feel things a little bit more deeply, like feeling seasonal transitions, or some people even feel like, I don't know, like shifts in like moon cycles and things like that a little bit more. Pretty cool. Uttanasana when removing toes. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, pull, squeeze, breathe, hold still. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down. Push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. Keep your right leg on the floor. If your right calf muscle does not naturally touch the floor, flex your right toes back to your face. Change. Left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other. Give yourself a big hug for coming to class today. Good for you. Squeeze your knees together and down without lifting your head. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Press your shins into your forearms, roll your hips down. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. And sometimes it can feel really like gauzy, airy, intangible to talk about things like, oh, I could feel that rainstorm, right? Or I can feel the moon's gravitational pull. It kind of in our culture, I think, sounds like a little bit ridiculous, but I also think, again, the more in touch you are with your body, the more in touch you are with how things external to you affect you, right? And that's not a bad thing. That's just truly a path of getting to know yourself better. And that is what yoga is, right? It's a journey of self-realization. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder. Notice if you're rolling way to the right, make a muscle with your left arm so the left side body stays anchored down. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. So think about lengthening through your whole spine as you open through your hip, right? Pull the left knee down towards the left shoulder, avoiding the rib cage. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, maybe other elbow on top. If you remember which one, I never do. All 5 fingers together, squeeze your knees together. Make sure your heels are in line, not crisscross, not one higher than the other. When you line up your feet, you line up your hips a little bit more. So really the whole back is starting to stretch out and realign as you press your thighs in towards your abdomen. This posture is good for digestion. Change, arms down, eyes open. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit up. Sometimes I'll skip like the first 1 or 2 sit-ups when my back is a little tight, and then as class goes on, I'll start to join in. So keep in mind that that's an option as well. Otherwise, you can roll off to the side, right? If you want to skip the sit up, or legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Oh, that feels good. Okay, turn lying on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bhujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Beautiful, use 100% back strength. Come up halfway only, just your belly button on the floor. The rest of your chest is in the air, so keep the elbows bent. Roll the shoulders back and down. Imagine you have a walnut in between your shoulder blades and you want to crack the walnut. So open through the heart space, keep the feet together, knees together, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push feet, hips, hands down, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open, breathing in. And slowly breathing out. Second set, bring your chin forward, place your hands flat on the floor below your shoulders so your elbows point up. Zip up your legs, lock your legs, squeeze your butt to look up and lift. So this is the first of 4 postures on our back. It's called the spine strengthening series. And to me, this is like the real heart of class. Like, this is why I come to class, right? If you suffer from back pain, scoliosis, if you like hunch forward all day, right? Bad posture, you just sit at a desk. These are your postures. We're really healing the spine through gentle compression. We're strengthening the muscles that surround the spine. And we're also doing gentle back bends, right? So in a world where we tend to hunch forward, rolling the shoulders back and down is so good for opening up through the front of the body. Lock your legs, push feet, hips, hands down, lift your chest up, change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right here on your mat, arms down, heels open. So the toes together, heels fall open. That's an internal rotation to the hips and pelvis, right? It's nice to have full range of motion in the hips and pelvis. We do that throughout class. Locust Shalabhasana, chin forward, arms straight position. Rotate your shoulders, your arms, so palms face the floor. Option to keep your arms out to the side, or as you're ready, bring your arms underneath you, stretching out the arms and hands. One day, pinky fingers touch. Spread your fingers wide apart. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe back, lock your right leg, lift your thigh up, change, right leg down, relax right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Keep your hip and forearm in contact so the hip's not lifting up, right? You want to keep the hip down, 2 hips even, sole of left foot flat to the ceiling. Change, left leg down, third part, tuck your chin in a little bit, mouth on your mat, neck long. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Spread your fingers apart even more, working on finger flexibility. Mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up, come up. Everybody come up, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, press your shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out, look to the right, left ear on your mat. So throughout class, right, we do a lot of stuff with hand and finger mobility, right? A lot of postures, all 5 fingers together, or postures where fingers are interlaced. This is the only posture where we actively spread our fingertips apart. You want to imagine like you could palm a basketball, right? Second set, bring your chin forward, arm straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. So again, spreading the fingers wide, but hands never overlap. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up. So keep the hip down, micro bend the elbows, shoulders down, triceps tight, squeeze your right butt cheek, lock your right leg, lift your thigh up, change right leg down, relax right leg, lock left leg, point left toes, lift left leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, lift up, 6, lock your leg, 5, eyes open, 4, 3, hold, 2, 1, change, left leg down, grand finale, chin in, mouth down. Arms a little closer, mouth down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, lift both legs up. You can do it, press your hips into your forearms for leverage, roll forward, spread your shoulders apart, shoulders down, knees together, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, lift your thighs up, change, lower down, bring your arms out, look to the left and take a breath, inhale and exhale. Breathe in and empty out. So I'll never forget once I have a friend who's a guitar player, and we were comparing like hand finger mobility, and on the hand that he like picked with for guitar, he could like spread his fingers out, right, as much as I can, but on the other hand, like his fingers could not separate as much, right? And I was like, huh, interesting. So in yoga, right, we're purposely using both sides of our body. Obviously, most of us have a dominant hand, right? Like I'm left-handed, you might be right-handed. A lot of us also have a dominant grip, a dominant way that we sit crisscross applesauce. You probably notice that one leg is easier to balance on than the other. And through a little bit of like intention and consciousness, we start to even those things out. So I certainly can't write with my right hand, right? I'm very left-handed, but I can spread both hands apart just as much the same, right? Equal mobility. Purna Shalabhasana, full locust, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings, zip up your legs, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor, beautiful, like a 747 taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air, look up to the ceiling where eyes go, body knows to follow. So in Cobra, we lifted the chest.
In locust, we lifted the legs. In full locust, we're lifting the chest and legs at once. This is really starting to strengthen the back. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, tucking your wings, look to the left, right ear on your mat. So this posture uses the metaphor of like a 747, like a jumbo jet taking off. Can you imagine if an airplane took off perfectly, did the whole thing perfectly, and then like messed up the landing, right? That would be really scary. So make sure, just like an airplane, right? You're purposely taking off, you're purposely holding still, flying, and then when you come out of it, right, you want to land with control. So make sure you're coming out of postures as smoothly as you come into them. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, never forcing the shoulders, but eventually arms perpendicular to the body. Again, never forcing, working on patience and determination. Lock your legs, point your toes, feet together, look up and lift. So keep your hands here, your thumbs at a 45-degree angle. The palms aren't all the way forward, but they're also not all the way down. This is a nice gentle shoulder rotation, not too much, not too little. Knees, feet together, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left, right ear on your mat. Now the cool thing about yoga is the stakes are not as high as landing an airplane, right? Which means that from time to time, for the sake of innovation, you must fall out of postures, right? You have to do it. For the sake of innovation, for the sake of getting a little deeper into the posture, sometimes that does mean you crash land. Sometimes it means you have to come out of a posture early. Sometimes it means that you fall out, right? And that's perfectly fine. If you are staying in a posture every single time, it's probably a sign that you want to like go a little deeper, try something a little different. But if you have to crash land every single time, it's also probably a sign that maybe you want to like pump the brakes and do a little bit less so you can hold and breathe. Not Purnashalabhasana, Dhanurasana, floor boat. Chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with the index fingers. You can also grab 1 foot at a time, right? 1 foot in first set, 1 foot in second set. Knees close together to start, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up, and start to kick into your hands. For this version of bow, roll forward, freeze between your ribs and hips, and then hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Try not to rock back and forth. Notice if your knees are like way wider than your hips, right? Squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze your glutes, bring your knees a little closer together so ankles, knees, wrists are relatively in line. Try to get your thighs off the floor, keep your neck long. Squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, inhale, exhale. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside or other foot from the outside, point your toes, squeeze your tush, look up and kick into your hands. So this is the last posture in this spine strengthening series. We connect the hands and feet together for an even deeper back bend. You're strengthening your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, right? You're also working on wrist mobility. Try to keep your wrists straight rather than bending. So you're also working on upper fingertip strength. Squeeze your buns, point your toes, open through your heart space, look up, kick and kick and kick. Good, change slowly, lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mats, and let that one go. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up. Come to the top of your mat, Supta Vidrasana, showing you from the side. Start in tabletop, open your knees, open your feet. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, start to walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time until one day you can sit down between your heels, never forcing the body. If you can sit between your heels and you're not in pain, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows, each other, look down the center line of your body, hold still and breathe. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up carefully, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Letting everything stretch out and realign. Remember that you can skip sit-ups by rolling off to the side.
Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, okay. Turn, come to the top of your mat, second set. You can start knees, feet together, hips on your heels, open your feet and see if you can sit down between your heels. Point your toes back so the insides of your feet stay parallel. Knees can open if that helps you sit down more. Option to stay here or put your palms on your soles. Right elbow down, left elbow down, head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor. Arms over your head, grab opposite elbow on top. What I just described in 10 seconds takes some people 10 years, or sometimes you do it for 10 years and then you wake up for one day and it's not there anymore. That's okay, right? Again, yoga invites us into a space of both patience and determination. And when you're working with your knees, you want to err on the side of patience and compassion for sure. Change, put your hands on your feet. Press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. I always love, Jamie Minchin, who's a yoga, like a yin yoga teacher, used to say, you know, whether you believe in God or Darwin or all of the above or whatever, we can all agree that knees are not the most well thought out part of the body, right? Like whether that was evolution or a higher power or like some mix of both. Knees are not like, they're not the best thought out joint, right? Or not the most evolutionarily, I don't know. I think they could be better, right? Not the best joint, but that also just, again, is like an invitation to be compassionate with yourself, patient with yourself and body, mind, and spirit. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. So there's joints in your body that are somewhat malleable where you can move them in different directions. Your knees are not one of them. You want to be careful with knees. Come to the back of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, half tortoise, arms overhead, sideways, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down. Now, what I will say is working on kneecap mobility, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, means that it's probably less likely that you will get into some sort of like, you know, really scary injury, like you see like football players, right, who's like knee snaps in the wrong direction. The more mobility you work on in your joints, right, the less likely they are to like tear from a little bit of a trip or a fall. But you still want to be careful with them, right? A little bit goes a long way. Knees, feet together, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, come on up, chin away from your chest, good, arms down, turn around, Savasana. And when we're active, when we're, you know, intentionally moving our body all the time, I think sometimes we take stuff for granted. Like I sometimes teach private yoga classes to a woman who is like very immobile to the point where like shampooing hurts her shoulders because she never moves her arms above her head, right? And I think for some of us who do, especially this style of yoga where there's a lot of arms over the head, we take those motions for granted, right? But it is so important to like move your arms, to move your knees, to move your hips, your shoulders, all of that stuff. It does help us like have, you know, do the things that we need to do, like picking up your groceries, right? Sitting down, standing up, shampooing, all that stuff. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Come to the back of your mat, second set, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, other thumb on top, stretch up, chin away from your chest, go down, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, tilt your pinky fingers down, elbows and wrists off the floor, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, come on up, arms with ears, stomach in, very nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. Remember, you can always skip sit-ups by rolling off to the side. Everything we do in this class is optional. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. All right, all right, all right. Camel pose on hump day. This is it. Come to the top of your mat, stand on your knees, 6 inches between knees and feet, Ustrasana. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, lift your nose, lift your chin, and one day head drops back.
Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, look for your toes behind you. Change, put your hands on your back, press yourself up, stretch up at the top, sit down, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. While we wouldn't necessarily want to sleep on a hard floor, although some people swear by it, while we wouldn't necessarily want to sleep here on the floor, it is really handy in yoga to have a hard, flat surface to lie on in between postures. So in that posture, right, in camel pose, we're actively opening the front of the body where we carry a lot of tension. And we're also actively compressing our spine in a culture where we tend to do just the opposite and hunch forward. It can be a little intense when you're in it or when you come out of it. And it's really nice just to have like a really strong floor beneath you, right? To let everything stretch out and realign. So you realize like you're not going anywhere. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, come to the top of your mat, second set. Open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back. Maybe think about bringing elbows closer together behind you. Push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, lift your nose and chin. One day, let your head go back. Option to stay here or go back halfway. Always freeze in the middle, check in, never assuming. You can stay here, or when you're ready, grab your heels, thumbs outside, fingers inside, push stomach, thighs, hips forward. Lift chest up, relax, head back, be still and breathe. Whenever you're ready, change. Put your hands on your back first, press yourself up without twisting your spine, stretch up, sit down, turn around, Savasana. For regular practitioners of yoga, notice if you are always like turning to the left or to the right. If you practice like every once in a while, it doesn't really matter. But if you're practicing multiple times a week and you find that you're like always moving to one direction, not only does that create like only one neural pathway in your brain, but it can also kind of like over strengthen one arm or one side of the body. Margaret and I were talking about the US Open before class, right? You don't want like a Serena Williams or Rafael situation where one arm is stronger than the other without winning the US Open, right? So if you always roll off to the right, maybe you roll off to the left. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, good. Come to the middle of your mat. Rabbit, Sasangasana, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your HEELS heels. Stretch up tall, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest down again, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, try to lock your arms, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, keep that full palm grip on your heels. If your feet are coming off the floor, if you find that you're tipping forward in any way, ease up a little bit. There's only like 30% of your body weight in your head and neck. The rest is in the full palm grip on your heels. Change, hips down, slowly uncurl. Vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana, and letting everything stretch out to that nice flat surface. Let the floor hold you up. Legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Heels on the floor. Come to the middle of your mat, second set. Rabbit, let's hop to it. Knees, feet, I love that joke. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, chin to chest, stomach in, forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place.
Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, one day hips over knees, shoulders up, stomach in, round your spine.
Good, change hips down, pull yourself up. Head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. Almost to the end, sometimes this is where mind starts to wander to like, what's for dinner? But this is, whenever you notice that your mind is wandering, right? It's just an invitation to come back to your breath, back to your body, back to your yoga practice, all the way to the end. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, we're gonna do 2 quick sets of head to knee with stretching. They'll go quick, right leg out, left leg in, 2 legs, make it now. Inhale, arms overhead, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. You can bend your right leg if you want to, touch knee and head together, flex your toes back, interlace your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, big stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck chin to chest, touch your forehead and knee together. So all 10 fingers interlocked up to the webbing under the ball of your foot, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes, middle and index fingers, peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. Eventually legs straight, eventually legs lock, flex pinky toes back, lock your legs, lock your arms, puff up your chest and fold. Ooh, I'm tight, stomach to thighs pull, chest and knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Did a lot of walking this weekend and I could feel my quadricep muscles there be like, whoa, what are you doing? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. A little fatigued, right leg out, left leg in, 2 legs make an L, a 90-degree angle, arms overhead, stretch up, turn to your right, chin to chest, touch forehead and knee together. If it's easy to touch your forehead to your knee with a bent leg, keep going, see if you can straighten or even lock your leg, heel off the floor, elbows to floor, stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in. Sole of right foot should push into inner left thigh bicep. Make sure your leg is not on top of your foot. Stretch up, turn to your left, chin to chest, go down, forehead and knee, elbows to floor, stomach in, right rib cage down, left rib cage up, shoulders back and down away from the ears, heel forward, toes back, change. Come on up, both legs up, lie down and sit up. Stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Again, knees can stay bent. Eventually, legs lock, stick your butt out even more. Lock your legs, puff up your chest, and fold. So rather than like pulling and tugging with the spine, stretch, lean forward, stomach to thighs, pull, lengthen through the spine, chest to knees, stretch, one day toes and head touch. Change, stay seated. We're gonna go into spine twist. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to left knee, right arm close behind you like a second spine, left arm up, bend over, grab your left knee with your left hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance. You can also reach behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in, exhale, look over right shoulder and twist. Pull the abdomen in, push the elbow into the knee. Keep both sit bones on the floor so you're not leaning back or to one side. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on floor, touch left heel to right knee, and also keep your right leg straight out in front of you. Left arm behind you, right arm up and over, grab your right knee with your right hand, and if you can't grab the knee, grab your mat so you have a little bit of something to hold on to. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. If you find you're leaning back, walk your left hand in even more, stretch up, and if you can balance here, reach behind you, catch right thigh with left hand. Keep your right knee down, left foot down, point your right toes. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So this beautiful sequence of yoga, 26 and 2 yoga, begins with a breathing exercise and it ends with a breathing exercise. And this breathing exercise, Kapalbhati breathing, is sometimes referred to as a rinse, almost like you're rinsing out your whole body, right, through the exhale breath. Here we go. Legs together, very cleansing. Arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. So a cleansing breath on a rainy day. What a joy. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Either way, lick your lips, swallow a couple times. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you exhale through your mouth as you pull your abdomen in. When the stomach relaxes, the inhale happens automatic. All 5 fingers together, arms locked, shoulders down, chest up, look straight ahead. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, final Savasana. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs, take up as much or as little space as you want. And take one more cleansing breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. So at the beginning of class, at least in my neck of the woods, right, there's a big rainstorm and now like the rain has stopped. And I wouldn't say the sun is out, but it's definitely brighter than it was an hour ago. And it kind of like mirrors how I feel at the end of a class. Like I always feel transformed at the end of a yoga class, right? Like we come out a little bit different than we came in, right? In some way, maybe it's just like a more stretched out shoulder, or maybe it's like a little bit more peace of mind, but whatever that is, I wish that for all of you every single time, right? Coming out a little bit different than when you entered. You can inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. And all is coming.